Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we have plant of the week and it's going to be Alaquan, who is my air plant. Air plants don't require soil to thrive. They get their nutrients from air, rain, and moisture, and they're called epiphytes. Alaquan lives on my dining room table. He just sits there and I have him on this pretty holder here, and this is what they look like. It's very nice. It has a greenish grayish tone, and this is the back, and they don't have any roots. It's a tropical plant from Central and South America. Let me just put olive oil back here. And they can be wonderful house plants. So let's go over a few things. Let's talk about lighting. Lighting, they need to be in bright, direct light. They love lighting. They have to have a lot of light. If they don't, they go from this grayish green color and they start turning yellow and they'll curl up. So you want to make sure that they are in very bright light. Alaquan lives on my dining room table, which is directly under my light that's on the ceiling. Let's also talk about watering. There's two ways of watering this air plant. One is misting, but you would have to do that on a daily basis, and everybody doesn't have time for that. Or, which is the way I do it, which is called soaking, which we're going to do today. You take it in a bowl, you submerge it in water. I do it a little different. I put it 30 minutes on one side, I flip it over and do 30 minutes on the other side. And once you submerge it in the water, it turns green. You're gonna love it, so you'll see it soon. As far as the temperature, this can be raised inside the home, and it can also be hung outside of the home. But what you want to do is, in the winter, you have to bring it inside. It doesn't take well to cold temperatures. Okay. Humidity, I don't keep mine in high humidity. It just stays in the regular humidity that's in my dining room. You can fertilize it. I haven't fertilized mine yet. I'm kind of debating about should I do it or not, because as you can see, it's growing very good. This is a picture of when I bought it, and this is what it looks like now. So it's growing very nice. It's a very slow grower, but for the few months that I've had it, it's growing very, very nicely. So also they bloom. They say they bloom once in a lifetime. Mine hasn't bloomed. If it bloomed, perfect. I know it'll be a beautiful moment, but if it doesn't, I still love this plant. This is a beautiful, beautiful plant. So let's go water him and see how it's done. Okay, so now we're going to submerge our air plant into the water. I've added a few drops of Flora Grow because, like I said, I haven't fertilized it yet. I don't want to mess up how it's growing so beautifully. And what I do is I put it on this side for 30 minutes, and then the next 30 minutes we're going to turn it over. But as you can see, when the plant gets submerged in the water, it turns green. This is an awesome plant. See you in 30 minutes. So now 30 minutes have passed, and now we're going to flip it over and soak the other side. Look how nice and green the color has changed. Make sure all of the spikes are in. And we'll be back in 30 minutes. Now that Alaquan is dry, he's ready to be placed back where he sits on a normal basis on the table. Also, I wanted to show you some of my other air plants, which are very small, and they come in very decorative ornaments. They have ones that can hang from the ceiling, hang from the walls. These just sit on the table. Now, what you witnessed was me watering this by the soaking and submerging method. I wouldn't soak these because they're already in the ceramic. So what I would do is just take the mist, wet it, and you see how it turns green like how the Alaquan was, and that's it. See, don't mind the water, just drip it, and then you place them back on the table. So I'm going to go over some pros and cons very quickly. Start with the cons first. Right now, there's only one con, which is to prevent rotting. That's why when you notice when I did the submerging, I made sure and held it upside down to shake it to make sure there's no excess water sitting in here, because if you dry it like this, the water will stay down in the bottom of the base, and that will create rotting, and you don't want that. Pests, they're really not susceptible to pests, but I have heard some people say they get scales or mealybugs. I haven't had that problems with that. Now let's go over some pros. One, they're non-toxic to children and animals. Two, they help clean the air like other plants. Three, they require no soil, so you will not be repotting this, having to deal with dirt, no leca, anything. This is called the Tillandsia species. There are over 650 different types of air plants. They come in different colors, shapes, and sizes, so they're very beautiful. They can just sit around the house and make it more decorative. And finally, just like with any other plant, they reduce your stress level. And here is my other epiphyte plant, which you've seen in a previous episode, where I mounted my staghorn fern. Such a beautiful piece. So thank you for joining me for this video about my plant of the week, the Tillandsia ear plant. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And also, if you have an ear plant, leave it in the comments if you have any more tips and tricks for keeping a healthy ear plant. Bye. Stay blessed.